Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Jake with PackMan Sports. On the updates that have been going on today when it comes to the Green Bay Packers, there has been quite a bit of action, some big news, and I'll start with the big signing of Devondre Campbell, who has signed a pretty hefty deal. I'll get into the details in a little bit, but today has been kind of both good and bad. First, I'll get to the bad, and that is the unfortunate issue with Davante Adams. He has said that he doesn't want to play on the franchise tag. That was kind of expected. Not really anybody wants to play on the franchise tag. It's going to be very tough, you guys, because this is a pretty tough, hard-hit salary cap. The Packers are still over the cap, not as bad as they were yesterday, and those are some of the reasons why I want to touch up on this, is that that ties into some of the other unfortunate news, and that is that Za'Darius Smith and Billy Turner were released. Here is the piece of news on Za'Darius Smith. This was clearly expected to happen, and here is the tweet from Ian Rappaport confirming the fact that Za'Darius has been in fact released by the Packers. Here is the tweet coming earlier in the day. The Packers have released Pro Bowl pass rusher Za'Darius Smith, source said, adding another top defender to free agency. His cap of $27.6 million in 2022 was never going to work. Now free and healthy. So releasing Za'Darius Smith, basically what that did for us was that we were able to save $15.3 million. So that was the big reason why we released Za'Darius, is the fact that I think this was one of the pieces of news that was expected to happen because of the cap savings that we could. Za'Darius, unfortunately, being a cap casualty, it was just going to be unlikely that we were going to be able to bring him back. Trades, I don't know if the Packers were looking into possibly trading Za'Darius. We don't have a report on that, and I'm pretty sure the Packers probably did try to trade him, but we just don't know for sure. And we have Billy Turner being released. This was probably something that was probably somewhat expected. I was kind of hoping the Packers were going to work on a restructure to free up some more money from Billy's contract to be able to help us getting back under the cap. But as it turns out that he wound up failing a physical, and that's what led to the Packers releasing him. He did have a pretty big cap number of 9.2 in 2022. And we released him, we released him to save $3.4 million. But unfortunately, the Packers will have to take $5.8 million of dead money. So it's not too much, but it's not too bad. And that is unfortunate that we are going to lose our starting right tackle. And then here is the tweet coming from Tom Pelissero confirming the release. Right here, the Packers are also releasing offensive tackle Billy Turner per source, so that is unfortunate too, but I think this was something that had to be done for the cap purposes. And now on to the good news, and the good news coming first was Preston Smith's contract extension, and I also have the terms of Preston's contract. I'm going to get to that here. And here is the screenshot from overthecap.com, where hopefully you guys can see this, is that his base salary is generally pretty small, and it increases a little bit each year, with a pretty big increase going from 2024 to 2025. And that is probably where the Packers can probably find an out, just in case if they have to be able to save some room. Preston could potentially be released or traded in 2025 to be able to save up that room for the future, as we all know that the Packers are probably going to be in some potential cap problems in the future given how things are. We don't really quite know what the future is going to hold for the cap deep into the future. I know that the cap is projected to go up each year, so things could very well be fine for the Packers. It's just really, really tough to say because we are in 2022. So these are the details of Preston's contract, and I think it's a pretty darn good contract. We were able to get Preston for a pretty good amount. I think it's not an overpay by any means, and I think only $12 million of this contract is guaranteed to Preston. So I think this is actually a potential steal that we got in being able to extend Preston for a long-term contract, spreading the money out, and so the Packers don't have to take such a huge penalty for the amount of money to be able to pay these guys and keep them in Green Bay. And now onto the big hefty contract, which was Devondre Campbell's hefty deal. According to Bill Huber of Sports Illustrated, the Packers and Campbell agreed to a 5-year deal worth $50 million. The All-Pro linebacker will be back in Green Bay following a breakout season. He was the highest graded player among primary off-ball linebackers at Pro Football Focus in 2021. And that is very true. Devondre, this is probably arguably the best news of the day for Packer fans, is being able to lock up Devondre for the long term and being able to have that stability at inside linebacker. There's just one more thing, and that is being able to get Chris Barnes back. Chris Barnes is an exclusive rights free agent, so I think we should be able to get him back for under $1 million. That's what exclusive rights free agents are able to get. It's $895,000 for 1 year with exclusive rights free agents. I expect Chris Barnes to get the tender tomorrow, possibly before the new league year is set to start on Wednesday. So look out for that, for the possibility, and that'll be great to be able to lock up inside linebacker where we have Chris and we have Devondre, again, that duo working as our inside linebacking tandem, and locking up that need and making it a much lesser need so we can focus on more different positions potentially in the rest of free agency and in the draft, such as defensive end, wide receiver. So with that, I will catch you guys later for another video very soon. Go Pack, go.